sex hormones as well. Number 23, we talked about male, female are both. Testosterone is male, comes from the testicle. Number 24, this is a hysterectomy. Male, female are both. How many people think male only? How many think female only? How many say both? How many didn't vote because you're scared? All right, let me tell you what it is. A hysterectomy, listen, a hysterectomy is when a woman has her entire uterus removed. Right? So, this is female. Now listen, this is why. We're going to talk about some stuff coming up. You're going to see some nasty pictures because I like to scare you like that. But when a woman gets certain cancers, okay, that's serious business, okay, you don't want this. She could get uterine cancer, and they will take the entire uterus out. That's another reason why they will also remove these men. They'll remove this if you get testicular cancer. If you get cancer in your testicles, it's much like having cancer of the uterus, and they take it out. Okay. There's another common thing that happens. Ovarian cancer is a thing. Ovarian cysts, where these sores will grow on the ovary, doesn't necessarily mean that they have to remove them, but an ovarian cancer situation, they probably will remove those things. Typically, when a woman, listen, has what's called a C-section, or that's short for cesarean section. A cesarean section is when they will take the baby out right here. Okay, so they'll put an incision in the mother right along her panty line area, and they will take the baby out this way. Why would they need to do that, you think?
Because the baby's too big. Because
Okay.
the cord is connected.
Possible emergency situations, they need to take the baby out like that. If the mother has HIV, they'll take the baby out like that. If the mother has any other maybe complications or baby has complications, they can take them out like that. Okay? And then that is a lot of times, oh yes, how many of you know about how you were born, right? You probably know if you were C-section or not. How many people know that any of you maybe have the umbilical cord wrapped around your neck? Anybody? Good.
I'm not dead.
It's a life-threatening injury.
What's so funny?
Girls, for real. Having the umbilical cord wrapped around your neck doesn't mean the baby's going to die. It just means that the baby isn't getting air right now, and so they will do an emergency cesarean section, take the baby out, unwrap the umbilical cord, and then revive the baby. And a lot of times they live, so it's cool. All right, so that's a hysterectomy when that is removed.
So,
Number,
Jake, when like the baby's like coming out like normally, and the baby just like it's like how does a miscarriage happen?
okay, good question.
Dies inside of the.
Well, like,
Depends.
sometimes they don't know.
It depends. So, guys, that's a good question. If you didn't hear Chase, he says, how does a miscarriage happen? A miscarriage is the mother is carrying a baby. So when that baby dies, the body, basically it's a natural abortion. The baby died naturally of natural causes. Can't do anything about it. I had twin brothers that were miscarried. And I always joke around with my sister. I was like, man, if our twin brothers were actually born and they didn't die at birth, Mom and Dad wouldn't have had you, and that would have been awesome. I say it to my sister. No, we're joking, but it would have been cool to have two little brothers. Yeah, they were a year younger than me too. So anyway, miscarriages happen common. Women, let's hear me. If you decide to have children someday, it's really, really common. Miscarriages are really common. They don't happen all the time, but they are very common. So it might be a variety of different things. It could be poor, hormonal health within the mom that causes that. It could be poor nutrition. It could be maybe the mother was using some chemicals that she shouldn't have, whether they be cleaning chemicals or drugs or something. and it caused the baby to miscarry. There's so many different variations that could happen. And maybe the baby just wasn't ready yet. And had that baby been born, and this is a way to look at it, because I experienced a miscarry too with my wife. But if that baby had been born, maybe it wouldn't have been healthy. Maybe it wouldn't have had a healthy life, you know? And so that's one of those things. Yeah.
Well, I saw like a video of like a little baby like having a bunch like hard spots. Like there's like hard all over. Like they need like Vaseline when they go over. I don't know what's it called, but like the skin is like sensitive.
Yeah. Guys, you probably were born with various things. Who knows? Who knows what causes them? Sometimes they know the cause, sometimes they don't. There's also something I want to differentiate too with you guys, is that there's something called a miscarry, where basically it's like the baby's really, really, really tiny. Usually when the miscarry happens, the mother's like, she does a test. She pees on a pH stick, and she's like, husband, I didn't have my period. And he's like, what does that mean? She's like, I might be pregnant. He's like, oh my gosh, no, really? Well, especially if it's the first one. And then she goes and she buys this pregnancy test from the store and she pees on it. And it will tell her most of the times, right, if she's pregnant or not. So then this mother, if she miscarries, she will all of a sudden know. She'll know she'll start having periods again, or she'll have a lot of blood this time, and that is the fertilized egg coming out. It's not the shape of a baby, you can't see it, but then there's something else. Listen, there's something else a mother could experience, and this one's really sad. It's called a stillborn baby. Baby dies inside of the uterus and is born anyway. And so the mother, she gives birth to that baby. It sucks. So I don't know why that just got me, but it did. So that's got to be the saddest thing in the world to give birth to a dead baby, you know, especially after you carried it for so long. Guys, this is why mothers are so close to you and their babies, because they carried you in here for 9 months. They took care of you. They nourished you. They loved you. That's why they love you now, you know? So anyway, super, super awesome to have this superpower that you have, women. So anyway, take care of it. All right, and then something else that happens, I think we're now on 25, is an ectopic. It's called an ectopic pregnancy. So obviously it's female. So sometimes a sperm comes up here and fertilizes the egg over here. So if an egg gets fertilized over here, guys, it's called an ectopic pregnancy. That pregnancy will probably end, okay? That baby cannot survive, that fetus, that embryo can't survive inside the fallopian tube. So if that embryo doesn't make its way down into here, it won't survive. So that's called an ectopic pregnancy. Question, did you say something quick? Yeah, it's life-threatening to the mother. Yeah. We talked about vasectomy already. Cowper's glands is number 27. This is male. Do they show them up here?
No, because you try to show us this.
Oh, right here, yeah. Cowper's glands are right in there. That's also another gland that helps make semen. Number 28 is the female version. So 28 is female. 28 is the female version of 26 of vasectomy. So if a woman gets to the point of it's dangerous for her to have babies, and she doesn't want to have babies anymore either, they'll go in and they will ligation these tubes. So now the ova can't get to the uterus anymore. Okay, so she will not be able to have babies anymore because there's no eggs available in here. So they will usually cauterize this, which means they use heat and they seal the fallopian tubes.
But if it doesn't get sealed all the way,
That'll stop periods too, huh?
Yeah. Yep. Women, don't be like getting any ideas like I can't wait for for my period to stop. Maybe I'll go get a tubal ligation, but then you won't be out kids, so it's not worth it. So anyway, yeah, that makes it so that she won't have periods anymore. And then what else was I going to say about that? They'll melt these with heat. Oh, it's a really invasive surgery. So if a woman, say, has a C-section, then it's easier to get up in there and do that surgery. So some women have it done when that happens. Okay, if they want. All right, next 29. Scrotum, male, female, or both?
Man.
Just male. Okay, so this is you can't see it on here, it's not on here, but this is the external skin sac that holds the testicles in there. Okay, so that external skin sac, listen, anybody know why? Maybe guys, you know why. Anybody know why it's external? Why is a male's testicles hanging outside the body? Or we're going to talk about it. I call it outdoor plumbing. Men have outdoor plumbing. Women have internal plumbing. Everything's inside. Men is outside. So does anybody know why the testicles hang outside of the body?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll tell you. It's because sperm is really sensitive to heat. And so to form sperm, it needs to be cooler than the internal body temperature of whatever, 98.6 degrees is what it is. That's the normal body temperature. So anyway, it needs to be cooler. So therefore, the testicles hang outside the body, inside the scrotum. All right. Lots of issues around that. You know, I went to high school with a kid that had to go into the doctor because his two testicles got twisted around each other inside the
I
scrotum.
heard about that. That's
Oh
so
my
bad.
God.
Super painful, super painful. Yes, ladies, as you could probably tell, just like with you though, it's a very sensitive area for both genders, you guys. So you need to be really careful there, especially playing sports, you know, baseball, stuff like that. Wearing protection down there, good idea. Hockey, okay. All right. Maybe you heard about there was a very famous. He's not famous anymore, but there was a very famous cyclist who had to get his testicles removed. He had testicular cancer, and they thought it was from riding his bike so much because he was always like squishing on his testicles. So anyway, where were we? Number 30. Oh, here we go, Vanessa. Number 30, male, female, or both? Female. I got a crazy story about this. It's gonna gross you out, but I might need Aaron's drawing skills again. I know, but maybe if you want to. All right, so fun story. The placenta. Does anybody know what the placenta is? The uterus holds the baby. The placenta comes out when the baby's born. But does anybody know what it is?
It's like a ceiling, right?
Okay, you're on the right track. All right,
And it's
So-
like gooey and stuff.
I'll try to draw a giant one of these. Okay. So these are the fallopian tubes. This is the uterus. Okay. So let's say an egg came down, was fertilized. This is the cervix, and a egg was fertilized inside of the uterus. Now the baby starts growing. This is where it's going to be hard for me to draw, but
All those things.
I don't know. I'll try
It's all
not
these
to.
crumble, but-
I'll try not to. We'll see. But
What
let's
is
just
that?
say it's like that.
Right here.
Baby's bum, baby's foot. Oops. Baby's
Oh,
foot.
yeah, 'cause they're gonna eat.
Yeah, and then baby's shoulder.
Is this something too?
Look at alien.
Yeah, and oh my gosh, speaking of that, I got something called an ultrasound done on my second son. And when he had his ultrasound done, we had a 3D one done. and most of them aren't 3D. You guys have probably seen ultrasound before. It's just
Yes.
a black and white picture. And we had a 3D one done, and it was color, and it was whacked out. And the only thing that I could really attribute, like looking, it was hard to look at. I was like, oh, ooh, whoa. He looked like, you guys ever seen I Am Legend? You ever seen that movie? It's a Will Smith movie where these people are turned into zombies, and they have zero hair. They're kind of a little bit chunky, but they're like yellow. And he was like looking at the camera, eyes closed, of course, mouth, like, whoa, stay in there for a little while. All right, so anyway.
Wow. Rejection.
Oh, yeah.
Milk.
All right, so now that's my crude picture of that's my crude picture of a fetus inside. So coming out of the baby's belly button, before the baby has a belly button, what is that thing that comes out?
The uterus.
Wow. The cord.
It's called an umbilical cord. Good job. It's called an umbilical cord. The umbilical cord is then attached to the placenta. The placenta
Feeds the babies.
is a giant organ that grows with the baby. The placenta grows as the baby grows, and what this does, obviously, is nourishes the baby. So all the mother's nourishment gets into the placenta. The placenta obviously then feeds that baby. So moms,
Important to be healthy when you're pregnant.
super important to be healthy while you're pregnant. What you eat, the baby eats. Okay, what you drink, the baby drinks. So this is why This is why mothers do not use drugs and alcohol during pregnancy, because it will affect the baby, okay? Just like you wouldn't give a newborn baby shots of tequila, you wouldn't take shots while you are pregnant, okay? What time are we done? 24? Oh, 21? Oh, dang. All right, well, anyway, we got a few more on here, but that placenta, guys, comes out when the baby's born. The baby's born, and then there's something called the afterbirth. If you guys ever had animals that gave birth, they also had a placenta that came out, and a lot of times dogs and other animals will turn around and eat that. The mom will eat the afterbirth. Okay, so there's an amniotic sac that the baby's growing in, along with the placenta. The baby's born, mother grabs baby, oh, baby, baby. Then the placenta comes out, and it's this disgusting looking goop. It's a big organ. It looks like a brain on one side of it, and then smooth on the other side of it. So, yes.
So, I forgot what it's called, but there's something like that.
Bye, chat.